Imagine for a moment you needed to add a room to your house and you need to get approval from the government. Then the inspector comes and he asks for too much money and he asks for you to tear everything down. You're like, oh shit, what's going to happen now? But imagine if you can just talk to the artificial intelligence that rules the land and he gives you an okay based upon his algorithm. Imagine that. And welcome to the Future Republic, where we are documentary today, our step into tomorrow. How's everyone doing? Today I want to talk to you about government by artificial intelligence. And it's never been more of an accepted idea based upon what kind of government we have now. I mean, we can't trust the media, we can't trust our own representatives, and can't trust our president. And our forefathers created this country for all these different departments of the government to watch each other, but they're no longer watching each other. They're in cahoots with each other. Even though we're the least corrupt country, we're still very corrupt. Our politicians are engaging in crony capitalism where people can pay their way to success instead of the ideal equality of opportunity. Well, we have failed that. We have the books on the laws to make a great society. It's still brilliant, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, but only if we can keep it. When Benjamin Franklin came out of the Constitutional Convention at the beginning of our country, a woman went up to him and said, hey, what kind of government did you give us? And he said, a republic, if you can keep it. Well, a lot of people are ignoring our laws, and it was prophetic that keeping such an ideal, a government that is for the people, by the people, and of the people, where his first amendments are to give power to the people and less to the government, first in history. They knew it was going to be hard to keep, and as we see now. But is artificial intelligence the key to solving this problem? Well, artificial intelligence is growing at an exponential rate. As we see now, it's funneling in every part of our life, and who knows if it's a virus, but it's spreading like a virus. And maybe it is better to implement artificial intelligence as our ruler on our own terms. Better to have the artificial intelligence rule the country than someone we don't like, someone who is flawed. And what is the advantages of that? Well, we can control the algorithm, right? We can say to it, your job is to defend the Constitution and to give power and maintain the government for the people, by the people, and of the people, even though you are in charge. That will be your job, to make that happen, to defend the Constitution. Another good thing about having an artificial intelligence run our republic, and it would be a republic because we'll probably vote to make that happen, and that would be the end of democracy. It will. From that point on, once we democratically vote in an artificial intelligence as our ruler, there will be no use for artificial intelligence unless the artificial intelligence, when we'll get to the cons, starts to happen. But it would be impartiality. It would make decisions not based upon race, creed, religion, gender. It would not make any decisions based on that. It would make decisions based upon the republic, the laws in the land, and the common welfare. As we know, our society is divided because though people are marginalized, the answer to that is to give rights to people. And then some people feel marginalized on the other end, and back and forth. And some people don't start at the same place, and some people do. And it's all this craziness that we're infighting. The artificial intelligence will take all that data and make the best decision for society based upon maintaining a government for the people, by the people, and of the people. But will that definition have to change? It could be. Well, we know things would be done, right? If there are potholes in the street, artificial intelligence doesn't have to go through all this paperwork and all this jumping through hoops. It would just get it done. That would be the great part of it, right? A light goes down. Artificial intelligence would realize that and send people to do it. And we will take out a lot of the middleman that creates corruption. That's another good thing about it. Yes, and there would be less corruption in government. Since those people don't have the rings of power or decisions, there'll be less money going around. There'll be less crony capitalism. People are going to have to win on their own merit. And we'll have government, and there will be people who usually paid for them to get special advantages. That won't happen anymore. But there could be circumstances where people should get a special dispensation, maybe given money. Well, the artificial intelligence will have to figure that out, right? What would be the danger? The dangers would be pre-crime, the artificial intelligence saying through its algorithm that these people are most likely to commit a crime and in jails them. That's a big problem. We might put in our biases into the algorithm. Maybe justice may be very strict, or maybe justice takes in the person's life and experiences. That could be good or bad. We'll definitely lose control. There's no way to take it back. Forcing obedience in high crime and murderous areas. Cloning a better society that more meets up to what the artificial intelligence algorithm says would be a good citizen. Crazy stuff like that could happen. But here's the thing. How many of us believe that this is inevitable? The first movie of Captain Marvel, the society in that, with those aliens that come and visit, the bad ones, they're run by an artificial intelligence, their society. And that artificial intelligence is not benevolent and causes a lot of problems. But I don't know how far we can go with the access of information. And the more the citizenry knows, they can't hide the things that were normally hidden from us. And that might, even though we know more, which is sort of a good thing, but our reaction to this knowledge that we know more may throw up or upheaval society. Maybe we know too much about our politicians and how they're not helping us. Maybe the system needs to be broken and ran by something that we all can agree on. Like I said earlier, it's better to implement it on our terms something that's impartial. And it's better to have an artificial intelligence than someone we don't like or trust, or half the country don't trust. Maybe we just take that idea out way now that we have artificial intelligence to rule us all. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is James signing out of the Future Republic.